We're live, Fabian.
But let me say this before we go. No, you could never compare Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen going to Boston to LeBron and Bosh going to Miami.
Yeah,
It's not even close.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't. That's not. That's
I
irresponsible.
disagree.
Yeah,
So
that's
you know what's
irresponsible. You
interesting?
can't do that.
I
How do you
disagree. Y'all are
disagree?
bugging because
How? Wade was averaging 30 points.
Because KG was reluctant to do the trade for that very reason. He didn't want to be looked at that way. It's still we know this is Ray Allen and Paul Pierce at the end of the day. This is as soon as the trade happened with Kevin Garnett, it was championship expectations. It wasn't 100%. as super promoted because it wasn't LeBron James and D Wade who have all these commercials. It was guys like Paul Pierce and Ray Allen for the most part under the radar. KG, he was almost that super level, but he really wasn't quite there in terms of popularity.
Bro, he won 60 games.
Right. I'm talking about
year. They won like 62 games.
Right. So what I'm saying is KG knew this. He knew that there was a level of not just the expectations were real. I think that it is the same thing. Like you got to go over there and you better win. LeBron and Chris Bosh joining D Wade, you better win. So to me, I didn't mind LeBron leaving. I never minded that because the general manager and the owner of Cleveland stunk, just like KG was going through the same thing in Minnesota. They messed up his career in Minnesota. They were damn near doing the same thing to LeBron in Cleveland.
No, they weren't. The Cavs had more help than the Timberwolves. The Cavs tried to get better. They just couldn't get a second guy. They tried to get better every year. They put a lot of shooters around him, a lot of defensive players. I'm not saying they were a championship team, but they weren't as bad as revisionist history tries to make it out to be.
Yes, they were.
Flip Saunders built that Minnesota team up too right before KG decided to leave. They weren't a shit team once he was deciding to leave. Like they had some better players. They went to the Western Conference Finals his MVP year. Like so.
And also,
that team there had more talent than Cavs. I'll say that.
I disagree with saying they messed up his career. They gave one of the biggest contracts of all time at that time. So I disagree with that. Minnesota.
So we could look up the Joe Smith trade and see what happened in Minnesota. They got stunk. They got messed over, bro. They really got messed over. What McHale did to them was
that's a front office thing. They dropped the ball. They fucked that up.
Yeah.
I just said they messed up the front office and the owner messed up Kevin Garnett's career.
Okay. And it hit Minnesota for years after it was just
hold on. And for who? All the hoopla for who? Respectfully.
Okay.
Joe Smith.
You put it like that, I got you.
Hey, Joe Smith was the former number 1 pick, y'all.
Yes.
I hear what you're saying, Fabian. What I'm saying.
That's his trophy. That's Flea.
When Joe was coming in, boy, Joe got drafted before Rasheed Wallace, and people was like, "What the? Are y'all crazy? Like crazy?" Yeah.
Yes.
Joe's the same draft as KG too. He got drafted before KG.
Yeah.
So damn, I didn't even know about that. So yes, all ball. To me, yes, the Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen thing going to going to Boston is the same thing as deep for me as LeBron James and Chris Bosh going to Miami. The biggest difference is here's the biggest difference. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, I don't mean to veer off.
There's two huge ones.
The one big one before you go, Dom. They're all in the same draft. That's crazy.
That's not what I was
That is nuts. You joined the other two superstars in your draft. You're supposed to compete against them, Braun. D Wade, Bosh. All of you guys are suckers. It ain't just Braun. Braun is taken, and that's what's not talked about, Flea.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that aspect of it. They were all in the same draft and decided to play together. I've never all the years. I've never heard that.
That was dope.
I've never heard that.
But hold on, Dom. Hold on. What Dom said is two differences that we all missing. What is it, Dom?
One, that they set it up between themselves, not with Danny Ainge making trades. They called each other and they were homies and said they wanted to play together. Secondly, they were going into their primes.
Good point.
Dwyane Wade was averaging 30. Like he was literally like
he just came off of what
hours. And Bosh was really good.
Wasn't he leading the league in scoring?
Yeah, he was leading the league in scoring. It's like you literally put arguably two of the three best players in the league on the same team. Because I think it was Kobe, LeBron, and Wade that in 2010 as the three best players in the league. You put two of them on the same team.
Can't argue that.
Garnett, Pierce, and Allen were really good, and I agree with Fabian in the sense that they had to win that. They had to win, Pierce, Garnett, and Allen. But I don't even know if any of those guys would. You could argue Garnett was top 5, but in 2007 it was like because his team wasn't good and people weren't watching the Wolves like that. You could make an argument for certain other guys: Kobe, LeBron, Tim Duncan. Even Nash was. I don't know if I'd take Nash over Garnett, but he was more in the public eye in 2007.
But it's wild.
That's all I got to say.
D Wade was coming off a scoring title.
Right.
Braun was coming off an MVP. Right. Braun was coming off an MVP.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
And Bosh was obviously an all-star.
All-star, yeah. Averaging a double-double, what, 25 and 10 maybe or something?
10, yeah, easy.
Hey, I agree with go ahead. I was gonna say I agree with Fish here in this comment. He said, y'all forget Boston wasn't on Kevin Garnett's list. He wanted to play with Bean. Yeah, facts.
Wow.
He didn't want to be with the Celtics. They didn't want to let collude and play together. It was like, oh my God, I'll give in at the end.
He was gonna go to that we believe team, to the Warriors. The Warriors gonna make a play for him too.
Crazy.
So was that when he gave Amari 50 points?
Big shout out Fish, man, in the building. My guy Fish.
What up, Fish?
There's a lot of people in the building, man. A lot of comments.
Shout out to Fish. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah. So, but just to finish that topic, me and ALLBALL was saying this off air. D Wade and Chris Bosh do. LeBron is taking most of the bullets for linking up in Miami. Them guys don't get enough bullets for linking up with their. I don't care who set it up. You're talking about LeBron is not competitive. It's that and the third. Meanwhile, the most competitive guy in the draft, D Wade, you linked up with LeBron. Steph Curry still catches strays for that. Kevin Durant catches strays with the Golden State move. Nah, y'all linked up, man, in your prime, like you said.
Right.
Where's the competition at?
You're spitting facts. I think the only thing I could say is the difference is we hold LeBron in the conversation with the Mikes and the Kobe's in them, and that's why we get on him for it. And Wade is respectfully one tier below those guys in my mind, and I think there's a tier below Wade too.
But Fabian, we can get to the next topic, but we can make that a topic one day. That's a great point. A lot of guys be ducking strays, man, and we need to start putting them on blast. And D Wade and Bosh is one of them now for real, because we killed Kawhi's and LeBron's and KD's. Listen, man, guys be ducking them strays, man.